Once or twice a week, I get anxious and ruminate about something terrible like my mom's funeral, she's alive and healthy, or argue in my head with someone who wronged me and never apologized. They are allergic to accountability. And I'll spend like 40 seconds engaging with these scenarios and getting increasingly sad or angry until I realize I'm just sitting at the table eating lunch and there's nothing happening right now. So I start tapping or body scanning or counting the blue things in the room to bring myself back to the uneventful present. And then I move on. And this is one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, because as far back as I can remember, I lived in anxiety and rumination. I would regularly lay in bed in the morning, watching my mom's funeral and my subsequent mental decline play out in my head like a movie for an hour, until I was literally crying into my pillow as though she were really dead. And then I would go downstairs and see her sipping her Irish breakfast tea, listening to NPR, and working on the New York Times crossword, and I wouldn't really feel relieved. Rationally, I knew she was alive and was very happy to see her, but my body would still feel like I was grieving her death. I'd be driving on the highway and sneeze, and nothing bad would happen, but I'd suddenly realize that an ill-timed sneeze could cause me to swerve into the median and into oncoming traffic, causing not only my death, but the deaths of innocent strangers, and then I'd start imagining my funeral before realizing that the true worst-case scenario would be if I lived. And then I'd imagine myself in court trying to explain that it was an accident while the grieving families screamed and pointed at me, calling me a murderer, and deep down I'd know they were right. And I felt like this all the time about everything. And I didn't think I had anxiety. I just thought I was a bad, weak person who engaged in bad, weak thoughts because I was bad and weak. I was in constant psychic pain, and I didn't know why. And because of that, I could not imagine a single future where I was happy. And even though this is really difficult and very vulnerable, I'm talking about it now because I know that someone watching this video has experienced something similar or knows someone going through something similar, and I want you to know that I hardly ever feel that way anymore. When I was at my lowest, I heard this frequently and from many different people, and I'm not sure how much of it actually got through to me, but I'll say this anyway. You can get better, and you deserve to get better, and it's worth your time to try to get better. For me, it took an amazing therapist, a great psychiatrist, and an extremely loving community, but the quality of my life has improved so much, and I don't want anyone suffering from anxiety or depression or PTSD or anything else to think that theirs can't too.